Gaur Hunters. When hunting is mentioned, most people think of skill, bravery, and survival. But in the deep forests of old Laos, hunting was never just about weapons or strength. It was about words, respect, and the unseen line between man and nature. This is the story of Uncle Chong Nuu, a great hunter, a great uncle, and a man whose fate was sealed not only by a tiger's jaws, but by the words he chose to speak. This is the Gaur Hunters. Listen carefully, because in this forest, every whisper, every step, and every word carries a consequence. Whenever hunting is mentioned, loss is always a possibility, especially when the hunter is careless or speaks ill-omened words. Such words may invite misfortune, just as in the story that is about to be told. One day, a young man did not carry his basket up the mountain to gather bamboo shoots, as he usually did for pickling. Along the way, however, he noticed the large footprints of a wild gaur impressed in the damp earth. Upon closer inspection, he realized that the animal had entered a bamboo grove and fed on the shoots there. The tracks were still fresh, showing that it had passed through not long before. He quickly filled his basket with bamboo shoots and hurried back to inform Uncle Chong Nuu, the great hunter, who was also his uncle. Upon hearing the news, Uncle Chong Nuu said, "If that's the case, tomorrow morning we'll gather and go track down that gaur. They say its horns are very valuable and can be used as powerful herbal medicine. But do not spread this news around the village, or everyone will rush into the forest and our share will be smaller. We'll take only 7 or 8 people from our own family." The next morning, the hunters set out together, with Uncle Chong Nuu, an expert in hunting large animals, leading the way. They followed the gaur's tracks from dawn until dusk, crossing dozens of mountains. Near twilight, they arrived at an abandoned village that had been deserted for more than 3 years. The houses were crumbling and decayed with time. Uncle Chong Nuu ordered everyone to make a shelter for the night and warned them sternly, "Tonight, no loud noises and absolutely no gunfire, or the gaur will be startled and flee far away." Then he instructed a young hunter to take a bamboo tube down to the stream to fetch water for their evening meal. When the young man reached the stream, he saw a flock of jungle fowl drinking. As soon as the birds noticed him, they scattered in all directions. But one rooster flew into a steep cliffside and could not escape. Without thinking, the young hunter raised his gun and shot it. After that, he filled his bamboo tube with water and returned to the camp. The gunshot echoed loudly through the forest, greatly angering Uncle Chong Nuu. When the young man arrived holding the jungle fowl, his uncle scolded him, "Didn't I tell you not to make any loud sounds or fire a gun? Do you not listen to anyone at all? Are you looking for death?" The young hunter lowered his head in shame and replied softly, "I saw the jungle fowl, so I shot it without thinking." Uncle Chong Nuu immediately snapped back, "From now on, whether big or small, no animals are to be shot. Our only target is that wild gaur." Everyone fell silent and carefully prepared their dinner and sleeping place. That night passed in complete silence. At dawn the next day, they packed up and continued their pursuit of the gaur's tracks, which led farther and farther away through many mountains. At last, they reached a vast forest clearing. Uncle Chong Nuu believed the gaur must still be hiding in that forest, as the tracks were still fresh. As evening approached again, he ordered them to build another shelter at the edge of the forest. That night, no one dared make a sound. They waited in tense silence. The following morning, Uncle Chong Nuu made a plan. "I will take 2 men with me. The rest of you wait here first. We will go ahead and track it. If we find anything, we will return to inform you. If too many of us go, it will sense us and flee again. Besides, there is a herd of wild elephants living in this forest, so we must be very careful." After breakfast, he set out with 2 other hunters, following the gaur's tracks, which were mixed with elephant footprints along the way. They came to a steep mountain pass, a deep, narrow ravine formed by elephants passing through over many years, so deep it could cover an elephant's body and wide enough for only one elephant to pass at a time. In this very place, before they arrived, a fierce battle had taken place between a tiger and the very gaur they had been hunting. The marks left behind, the deep impacts where the gaur had leapt, and the horn gouges along both sides of the ravine walls, clearly showed a desperate struggle for survival. It was believed that the tiger had ambushed the gaur from behind while it was trapped in the narrow pass. biting and clinging to its hindquarters. However, it was not a fatal grip. The Gaur struggled with all its strength and lunged forward until the tiger finally lost its strength and let go. The tiger then lay resting in the ravine, its body covered in reddish mud. Uncle Chong Nuu noticed the tiger's tracks as well, but did not realize how close it was hiding. The muddy ground made it difficult to see clearly. As he stepped closer, the tiger suddenly became aware of him. It leapt at him with great speed, sank its teeth accurately into his throat, and dragged his body down toward the stream below. Uncle Chong Nuu screamed desperately for help. The two young hunters immediately ran back down. When the tiger saw more people coming, it released his body and fled along the stream. When they reached him, they found Uncle Chong Nuu struggling in the water, which had turned red with blood. They dragged him ashore and rushed back to the camp to call the others for help. Among them were 3 of Uncle Chong Nuu's sons, who had come on this journey as well. Fortunately, the 3 sons had a chance to be with their father one last time. With a faint voice, Uncle Chong Nuu gave his final words. "The way back to the village is long and difficult. If I die, bury me here in this great forest. Do not trouble yourselves by carrying my body all the way back." Not long after that, he breathed his last. The hunters sharpened wooden stakes, dug a grave about waist deep, and buried Uncle Chong Nuu's body in the great forest. They then abandoned the Gaur hunting mission and returned to the village. When they arrived home, they told the villagers the terrifying events that had taken place. Some said it was karma. Others believed it was the result of Uncle Chong Nuu's ill-omened words, his shouting of death and being eaten by a tiger, which had ultimately become reality. Uncle Chong Nuu was not defeated by the Gaur he hunted. He was claimed by the unseen law of the forest, a law older than man, older than weapons, older than pride. Some villagers said it was karma. Others said it was the power of ill-omened words that called death upon him. But one truth remains. In the wild, the greatest danger is not always the beast in the shadows. Sometimes it is the words that leave our own mouths, and the forest never forgets. This has been the Gaur Hunters on Whispers Untold.